Good day everyone. Welcome to our session today in math tutorial. So before we go on with topic number 5, which is geometric mean, so let us recall on finding the root of a number. Okay, so let's start with the square root. Okay, so a square root is indicated by this symbol. Okay, then we also have the cube root. Okay, fourth root. And we also have the fifth root. Okay, so let us start with the square root. So how do you find the square root of 4? Okay, so square root of 4 can be factor as the square root of 2 times 2. Therefore, the square root of 4 is equivalent to positive 2. Okay, another one, square root of 4 is also equivalent to the square root of negative 2 times negative 2. Since when you are multiplying the same sign, the answer will still be positive. So therefore, the square root of 4 can also be negative 2. So in short, in finding the square root of a number, so square root of 4 can be positive 2. It can also be negative 2. Okay, next. Let's have an example on the cube root. Okay, let's say you are asked to find the cube root of 8. So, think of a number that when you raise to 3, that is equivalent to 8. So, that is equal to the square root of 2 times 2 times 2. Therefore, the cube root of 8 is equal to 2. Okay, another one. What if we have the cube root of negative 8? Okay. So, if the radicand is negative while the index is an odd number, the root is also negative. So, therefore, the cube root of negative 8 is negative 2. Okay, next. Another, let's say we have the cube root of 512. Okay, so think of a number that when you raise to the third power, that is equivalent to 512. So, that is equal to the square root of, the cube root of 8 times 8 times 8. Therefore, the cube root of 512 is equal to 8. Okay? So, let's have an example of the fourth root. So, the fourth root of 256. Okay? So, think of a number that when you raise to the fourth root is equivalent to 256. So, that is equal to the fourth root of 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So, therefore, the fourth root of 256 is 4. Okay? So, last one, let's have the fifth root. So, the fifth root of 243. Okay? So, the fifth root of 243, that is equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So, 927 times 381 times 3, 243. Therefore, the fourth root is equivalent to 3. Okay, so let us now proceed to our topic number 5, which is geometric mean. Since you will be encountering this in solving for the geometric mean. Okay, so let us recall that arithmetic's mean are the numbers between two terms of an arithmetic sequence. So correspondingly, the geometric mean are the terms between two terms in such a way that all the terms form a geometric sequence. So example, we have 5, 15, okay, 45, 225, 1,125, and so on. Okay, so if you are asked, what is the geometric mean between 5 and 45? So that is 15. Okay? Another one, what is the geometric mean between 45 and 1125? So that is 225. Okay? So what if you are asked to find the numbers between 5 and 1125? Those are 15, 45, and 225. Okay? So, how do you insert geometric mean between two terms? So, let us use the formula again in finding the nth term of a geometric sequence. So, the formula, if you're going to recall, we have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus times r raised to n minus 1. So again, a sub n is the nth term, a sub 1 is the first term, r is the common ratio, n are the number of terms. Okay, so let's have an example. Example number 1. Okay, insert two geometric mean between 2 and 1024. Okay, so we are going to get the two numbers between 2 and 1024. So let us write first 2 here. So we are looking for the two numbers between them. So we have 1024. Okay, so by using the formula again, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So this time, our a sub n is 1024. That is equal to the first term, which is 2, times, so r is unknown, which is the common ratio. So you just write r. And how many terms do we have? Okay, since we are looking for the two geometric mean, and we have given 2 already, so 2 plus 2, that is 4. So 4 minus 1. Okay, so let us now solve. 1024 is equal to 2 times r raised to 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, so you can now simplify by dividing both sides by 2. So you can cancel 2, that is equivalent to 1. So what is 1024 divided by 2? That is equal to 512. So that is equal to r raised to 3. Now, how will you simplify that? Since we have r raised to 3 is equal to 512. Okay, get the cube root of both sides. So we have the cube root of r cubed is equal to the cube root of 512. Okay? So the cube root of r cubed is equivalent to r. Because when you rewrite this one into an exponential form, that would be r raised to 3 times 1/3. So you can cancel 3, so the remaining is r. So r is equal to the cube root of 512, which is equivalent to, so think of a number that when you raise to the third power, that gives 512. So that is 8. So r is equal to 8. Okay, now, can we get now the two geometric mean? Okay, so how are we going to get the two geometric mean since you know already the value of r, or the common ratio? So let us now get the second term. So a of 2, that is the second term, is equal to, again, how do we get the second term? By multiplying the first term to the common ratio. So a sub 1 times the common ratio. So our first term is 2 times, what is the common ratio, which is 8. So therefore, a sub 2, or the second term, is 16. Okay, so we now have the second term, which is 16. Okay, how do we get now the third? So we have ace of 3 is equal to, so how do we get this? So you multiply ace of 1. So this time, do not choose ace of 1. Let us now use ace of 2. Okay? So ace of 3 is equal to ace of 2 times r. Okay? So you multiply now the second term to the common ratio. So the second term is 16 times the common ratio, which is 8. So therefore, ace of 3 or the third term is equal to 128. Okay, so we can now supply the two missing geometric mean. So what are the two? We have 16 and 128. So those are the two geometric mean between 2 and 1024. Okay, let's proceed with number 2 example. Okay, so on number 2, find the geometric mean between -11 and -44. Okay, so in that case, how many geometric mean are we looking for? So we are looking for only one. Okay, so what is n on our given? Since we are looking for only one geometric mean plus the 2 here, so therefore n is equal to 3. Okay, so our ace of 1 is equal to -11, and our ace of n is equal to -44. Okay, so by using again the formula, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So let us substitute. So a sub n is equal to -44 is equal to the first term, which is -11 times r. So r is a node again. So how many terms do we have? 3 minus 1. So you write -44 is equal to -11 times r raised to 3 minus 1, which is 2. Okay? So this one, to simplify, you divide first by -11. Okay? So that you can cancel this one. So the remaining here is r square is equal to, what is -4 divided by -11. Since you are dividing like signs, the sign will be positive. So therefore, that is equivalent to 4. Or you can write it also as r square is equal to 4. Now, how will you simplify it? Okay, so get the square root of both sides. So we have the square root of r square is equal to the square root of 4. So the square root of r square is equivalent to r. This time, since we have the square root, so it can be positive and it can also be negative. So r is equivalent to positive 2 and it can also be negative 2. Okay? So what is now the geometric mean between -11 and -44? So let us write the first term, -11, since we are looking for only one. And then we have -44. Okay, so again, since we are looking for the second term, so the second term, or a sub 2, is equal to the first term, which is -11 times r. Okay, so the first term is -11 times r can be positive 2. Okay, let us use first positive 2. So therefore, -11 times 2 is -22, since you are multiplying different sign. Okay, what if r, or the common ratio, is negative 2? So we have a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1 times r. So a sub 1 is negative 11 times. This time, let us use negative 2. So the second term, or a sub 2, is equal to, since you are multiplying the same sign, so we can have positive as the answer. So positive 22. Okay? So what is now the geometric mean between negative 11 and negative 44? It can be positive and negative 22. Okay, so let's have number 3. Insert 4 geometric mean between 1 over 24 and 324. So let us list down first. So the first term is 1 over 24. So the 4 are missing. So let us identify again. A sub 1 is equal to 1 over 24. A sub n is equal to 324. And how many terms do we have? Since we are looking for 4 geometric mean in the 2, so we have 6. So the common ratio is missing. Okay? So let us now use the formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So a sub n is 324 is equal to a sub 1, which is 1 over 24, times r, which is missing, n is 6. So 6 minus 1. Okay? So you write 324 is equal to 1 over 24 times r raised to 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay, how will you eliminate 24? So by multiplying both sides by 24. Okay, so you can cancel it. So that is equal to 1. So the remaining here is r raised to 5. So what is 24 times 324? That is equal to 7,776. Okay, now, you get now the fifth root of both. Okay, so we have the fifth root of r raised to 5. That is equal to the fifth root of 7,776. Okay, so the remaining here would be r. So think of a number that when you raise to 5, that gives a product of 7,776. So r raised to 5 is equal to 6. Therefore, the common ratio is 6. Okay, since you know already the common ratio, we can now get the second, third, fourth, and the fifth term. Okay, so let us get the second term first. So a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1 times r. The first term is 1 over 24. Then you multiply to the common ratio, which is 6. Okay? So let us simplify. So you multiply 6 to 1. So that is 6 over 24. So what is the simplest form? That is equivalent to, what number is divisible to 6 and 24? Can be divided by 6. So that is equal to 1/4. Okay? So our second term is 1/4. Okay, let us now get the third term, or a sub 3. So a sub 3 is equal to, you get now a sub 2 times r. So our a sub 2 is 1/4 times, common ratio is 6. So a sub 3 is equal to, so you multiply 1 to 6, then over 4. Okay? 6 over 4 is divisible by 2. So therefore, that is equivalent to 3 over 2, or 3/2. So that is the third term. Ito yung second. So this is 3 over 2. Okay? Let us now get the fourth term. So a sub 4, or the fourth term, is equal to a sub 3 times r. So our third term, which is 3 over 2, you multiply to the common ratio which is 6. Okay, so 3 times 6 is 18 divided by 2. That is equivalent to 9. Okay, so that is our fourth term, which is 9. Okay, now let us get the fifth term. So a of 5 is equal to the fourth term, or a of 4 times r. So the fourth term is 9 times 6. Therefore, a of 5, or the fifth term, is 54. So we have here 54. Then you check 54 times 6. If it is equal to 324, then your answer is correct. Okay, so what are the four geometric mean between 1 over 24 and 324? We have 1/4, 3 over 2, 9, and 54. Okay, that's all for today. Good day.